Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So of course, since last night's late sacking of Tony Mowbray, the rumour mill is already in full swing as to who is going to replace him at the helm as Sunderland head coach. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at Sky Bet now and show you all the favourites or the sort of top 10 at the moment. It is changing constantly, so by the time this is actually out, there might be a totally different name that's got thrown in the hat. You never know. But there are 2 or 3 names in here that I would be personally interested in. It'll be interesting to see in the comments who you would be interested in as well. Even if the coach that you might be thinking of or have someone in mind might not even be on this list. So let me know in the comments. It's always really interesting to have a look at. But I think what we do need, personally, before we do look into it, I think it's good to take stock of what we already got and what we do need. What Tony Mowbray did was bring us a brand of attacking, free-flowing football. It was fantastic to watch and very easy on the eye. And I think in our first season in the Championship, he got us playing this certain brand of football, playing it out from the back and getting at teams. Now, a lot of teams last season, for them, we were an unknown entity because we were coming up from League One. They wouldn't have expected such a dominant possession-based team that can break as quickly and as efficiently as we did and have so much of a threat up top as we did. Finishing in the top 6 for a team that just got promoted, it's largely unheard of. Although, Ipswich doing it this year, they're smashing it, as well other teams have done. But you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't expect us to be as sort of in your face and attacking and as dangerous as we were. I think a lot of teams, they try and go man-to-man with us, or they did try and go man-to-man with us, and we'd outdo them, because going forward, in our final third, we do have a lot, or we did have a lot. Whereas this season, teams are sitting back, and they're doubling up on men, i.e. like Sir Jack Clark and Roberts or whoever, and they know how to punish us now on the break. Because although Tony Mowbray was great in getting this free-flowing football on the attack, defensively, we've been very, very poor. We have been very, very poor. The quality and the standard of goals that we leak has been horrendous. Set pieces were absolutely shocking. You might say this height, we have a bit of a lack of height and what have you, but we do have enough in there to at least try and tactically tweak and change our defensive output, because at the moment, defensively, it just seems to be sort of do what you can, do what you want. There doesn't seem to be I'm sure they might work on something, but I think because Tony was so influential in the attacking side of things, I think that's what he's kind of stuck with. Defensively, we need someone to come in who can do a bit of both, who could, of course, make us threatening and have a bit of a bite in the final third, but also we need to be solidified at the back, because we are all over the place at times at the back and we look clueless and hopeless. We need someone to come in and shore that up. So let's have a look at, after me saying what I think we need, that's just my belief. You might think of something completely different. But let's have a look at the current odds at the moment. We do have Steven Schumacher, of course. I'll just go over the sort of top 3 in terms of what I would like. So for these top 3, Schumacher, of course, he's been at Plymouth for some time, got them promoted from League One, not first time I'm asking, sorry, 13 years they were away from the Championship, but he managed to do it, and now they are playing a brand of football which is actually exactly what we need. Counter-attacking football, they look incredible. On a shoestring budget, that team, yes, I know they're kind of towards the bottom end, but we played them, and they played this brand of football where all they needed was 2 or 3 shots, and they scored a couple. Defensively, we had nothing. We couldn't do anything because they were so well organised and well structured, and that's what Schumacher's done there. He's managed to get a brand of football that generally can defend well, and I think with a greater standard of players, which with no disrespect to Plymouth, we do have, I'd like to think he'd be able to sort us out with the back, as well as still play that attacking football and free-flowing football going forward. I think that'd be a very interesting one. I wouldn't be totally against it. We have Sable as well, Julian Sable. Now, he is actually the assistant manager to Francesco Farioli, who was linked with us at the beginning of this season. At the beginning of the season, sort of in the summer, there was a lot of rumours that Mowbray was going to get sacked and we're going to replace him with Farioli. Now, beforehand, Farioli didn't have this big sort of Wikipedia page. I've seen it online, everyone was, gets out the Wikipedia page and the stats and says, oh, well, he's barely done anything. This guy's barely done anything. Farioli didn't have the most sort of lucrative and incredible career before going to Nice. He's gone to Nice and he's second in the league, doing absolutely fantastically. I saw a stat the other day where I think it was 9 or 10 clean sheets in a row. He was just winning 1-0, 2-0 all the time. So he knows what he's doing, obviously, but we just kind of missed the boat on that one and we're stuck with Mowbray because of how well he did. But his assistant, Julian Sable, he was at St Etienne, I think, for 7-8 years, something like that. In terms of, went through the youth ranks. assistant managers, and then went over to Nice, and he's the assistant manager. He's obviously very highly sought after, and I know that, again, I know a lot of people might say, well, I want someone who has achieved A, B, C, D, E. Do you know what I mean? But again, I think what we're going to be doing, and I can see it, is the brand that we want to play. It's going to be with a young, up-and-coming manager. And had we have taken that risk on Farioli, of course, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but we could have been that solid team at the back that keeps clean sheets, but now he's going and smashing it over in the French league with Nice. So Sable, that'll be a very interesting one for me. That'll be very, very interesting. Granted, yeah, it would be a first big job for him, but it does kind of fit the bill of what I mentioned earlier. Number 3, Heckingbottom, who's just been sacked today from Sheffield United. This would probably be the big one for me. I would be very, very happy with Paul Heckingbottom. Not only did he do it last year with Sheffield United, last year, and I said this in a lot of reviews last season actually, in a lot of different videos, of course Burnley went up automatically. They won the league and they smashed it. Sheffield United, granted I didn't watch every single game Burnley played. I didn't watch every single game that Sheffield United played. But when we played Burnley, in comparison to when we played Sheffield United, I said a handful of times last season, Sheffield United looked like the best team all season that we come up against. Defensively, they were so hard to get through. They were so well structured, and they were one of the only teams that dominated possession. And we lost out on possession. Which again, possession isn't everything, but at the back they looked so well drilled, well organised. I think they had like 60-70% possession in comparison to our 30, when usually it's us that dominates possession. We couldn't get near any of them, and I know that. We do have a very young squad, a very young team, but it really was men against boys every time we did take on Sheffield United, and they were just lethal. And the brand of football they played was fantastic. It was great on the eye as well, but they just looked so compact and so solid and a unit, which is, I think, defensively, we don't look like a unit at all. It's just sort of chase after the man who's got the ball. We're trying a little bit of man mark. It's a mess at the back with us. So I would be absolutely all for Paul Heckingbottom. But if you have a brief look at the others, you've got John Eustace in there as well. You've got Graham Potter, which I think would be an excellent one, to be fair. A fantastic appointment, but I just don't think that's likely. Kim Hellberg, Nathan Jones, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Kevin Muscat, I would not want that. A few people have said maybe Solskjaer. But for me, out of these lot, I would probably say Heckingbottom. I would like to see that potentially. I can't see Farioli coming now that he has gone to Nice and he's doing so well. I don't think that would ever happen in a million years. Although he does have, I believe, a relationship with KLD, so that might sway things. I honestly can't see it. But that is the sort of the names that are in the ballot or the hat at the moment. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I know I've just rambled on a little bit. I just thought I'd give you guys an idea of who is being mentioned. By the time I've done this video, you never know, someone might be appointed, but I thought I'd just give my my little opinion in there. So anyway, let me know in the comments down below who you would go with out of that list. And if there isn't, or if the name isn't on that list, that it's someone who you want to go for, again, let me know. But if you have enjoyed, hit that like button. It is massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, take care, stay jammy.